I'm going to show you how to set up your own video lighting rig for under $25 coming up. Now, how to kick your lighting game up? Well, when you get the budget, a nice bicolor LED you can run with, batteries would be great. You might already have a ring light, but you want to be able to add maybe some accent lighting behind you. You're doing an interview with somebody, and that type of lighting instrument won't work. I'm going to show you a really quick, simple way to take that lighting up to the next level. And it takes a trip to your local home improvement stores. This is a standard clip light. This is found in the lighting department or sometimes with extension cords in your local home improvement store. It is simply a lamp. Yes, I didn't say bulb, by the way. In the lighting world, we call this a lamp. It's the part that actually makes the light come out. A reflector has a switch built into the back with the bulb, the wire, and clip. Okay? These work, if I were to just turn this on, it's really harsh, isn't it? Like, it's not really flattering at all. A big part of the lighting experience in creating a positive, soft light is to add a diffuser to it, or diffusion. And a lot of people skip that. They walk past something just because it's cheap like this and don't realize it can be used actually pretty effectively to create a really nice lighting instrument. So professionally in the world, you can get this. This is already cut. They come in much bigger. This is what's called spun diffusion. It basically is made out of a flame-resistant material. This one happens to be a type of fiberglass. And it's designed to go in front of lighting instruments. Originally, these could go in front of extremely hot instruments, like this. This bad boy. That is old school right there. That is a over 1,000-watt traditional lighting instrument that if I were to turn this on right now, I'd roast my face. So we're not going to do that. But this could stand up to it. It's designed to take the heat. Now, if you take this lighting instrument and you could put this spun diffusion, you can find it if you have a theatrical supply house near you. Go in, ask for spun diffusion. They'll set you up with it. Also, Amazon, I'll put a link in the description. You can simply take this and put it right in front of here and use these. It's a just clothespin. In the industry, by the way, it actually has a name. It's called C47 clip. So you just simply clip these right in front. That's it. Now, you saw how bright that was and unflattering a second ago. Watch this. Flip that on. Look at how nice and soft that looks. Which, by the way, I'm having to look at my monitor here so I make sure you can actually see what I'm seeing. It diffuses it out, gives you a nice soft look, and I'll actually link up and turn these off, and I'll have to drop it in a separate clip, what it looks like with just a pair of these compared to my LED panels. And this is with the clip lights and diffusion. Now, for comparison, that's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, considering each one of those is less than $10. In fact, sometimes you can find them for around $5. And an entire sheet that'll do about 10 of those lights is about $12. $1 for the LED bulb that's in there, and you're good to go. Okay? Really solid choice. You can put 2 of those, 1 on each side. If you want to get really extra fun, you can actually put 1 right behind you and illuminate the back of your head, and that's what's called a hair light. You have a 3-point lighting setup for a desk like this setup, or have more of them spread out aimed at your subject if you're doing an interview. Really solid choice. Now, the second option is something that's actually a other lighting instrument. You can multi-purpose for this, and it's one of the original lighting instruments used, and it has sort of been looked past by anybody in the consumer world or those who are transitioning professional world, but those of us who have been in the professional video industry before have used them quite a bit, and it's actually what is called in the industry, we call it a China lamp, and it uses tissue paper, just like this. They're used quite a bit, you know, if you're backyard barbecue or whatever, And it's designed to be suspended just like this using one of these, just the standard, plug wire with the end on it. Same thing, has the base to screw your lamp in, and it gets suspended. In fact, I'll cut a clip in right here so you can see what one of those whole setups looks like. And this is with a China ball. Now, that just gets suspended just like this, right next to where you're working off camera, and it fills the space. If you're doing an interview, a pair of these just where you're working will do a great job. Put one on either side, put one above them, and they're so light. If you have an old mic stand laying around, or really anything, if you're permanently set up at your desk, you can put two from the ceiling. A couple of my buddies have used the command hooks that don't leave any marks, and they've suspended them with that because they're incredibly light. So those are really solid options. Now, if you can't find, for example, with the clip light, the diffusion, you can, and I'm going to say this very succinctly, you can do this next step if you only use an LED lamp or bulb, if you're still using layman's terms, and you do not leave it unattended. And I'm going to say a couple of other things just to make sure I'm further covered. You have a fire extinguisher standing by. Let's think, what else? This is for experimental purposes only. Consult your parent or guardian if you're a minor. I'm not a professional lighting person. I think I'm covered. Yeah, let's go with that. I think I'm covered with everything. You can take, using that same reflector, by the way, when it's on your lighting instrument, and actually just use tissue paper. This doesn't work quite as well. It works pretty well. I will say that. I'll give it a solid 90% as well. But this will catch fire if you're not careful. That's why I said an LED. An LED lamp like this produces almost no heat. A traditional lamp will. So that's why I'm saying that. You don't want to put tissue paper in front of a traditional light bulb lamp because it's going to produce too much heat. It's going to cause the tissue paper to catch on fire, and it's going to burn your house down. So I've warned you repeatedly on camera not to do that. If you're using an LED bulb, you can do that. So that's also a little hack you can do. Just regular tissue paper, 2 sheets, put it in front of it. Make sure it's pure white though, pure white. Don't use the cream white or all of a sudden your lighting color is going to be off. So that is 2 options of creating some low budget lighting. And we're going to be doing a series of other things to help lower your budget down. I spent actually about a decade teaching video production to a whole bunch of different age groups, primarily high school. And of course, you don't have a lot of a budget. That's where some of these little hacks and discounting and stuff like that comes from. So if you have something you want to learn how to bring the budget down, or a little tip or trick to provide better video content for your business or personal life, make sure you drop a comment below. Do me a huge favor, smash that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and if you don't mind, share this channel to a friend who might want to use it. I love to hear from everybody. So with that, it is J.K. Brown out.